Yes. Mic check. Let's turn this music down here. We are live in the space suit, streaming on YouTube, Kick, and all of the above. What's up, world? What's up, YouTube? How's it going, cyberspace? How's it going, Kick streaming kickers out there? People that be kicking whatever the fuck they kicking. They got it. Maybe my thought is that when you say that I'm on Kick, it's like I'm kicking it. Maybe that's what they're trying to be, like, hip to that idea that you can just kick it because you're just kicking it. But what's up, Kick? This your boy Crypto Bruh, aka Mo World Peace the DJ / producer, coming back again with another YouTube Kick stream about what's going on in the Zen ecosystem, what's happening, and what's just going on in crypto in general. Shit, when you're a Zenian, it seems that you get to be everything. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna tweet something earlier, but I just couldn't put the words together. But I was thinking about, I was like, man, being a Zenian is like going back to college, right? Like when you, because all right, I'm 32, so I'll be 33 in March. And one thing that is funny about once you get into your 30s is, like, it is true that all of the reality, it becomes more digestible. Like when you're in your 20s, it's hella hard to digest the planet, my G. Like I'm fresh out of my 20s, so I remember it like it was yesterday. But no, it's like your every day is, where do I get to kick it? Where do we get the bread from? And how fast can we do both of them actions? Like was my whole idea of being in my 20s. But now that, you know, I did that every single day and I'm in my 30s and I'm like, damn, fuck, nigga, we still doing this shit. We still trying to figure out how we getting money and where the fuck we gonna kick it, like, for real. So yeah, things are being way more clear, and the way that the crypto space is working right now, Zen is probably the only university you can go back to school, right? Like, you've had a ton of shit going on in your world. Now you've been like, bruh, what is happening next? Just join Zen. As soon as you join it, you might find yourself buying some pussy. And I'm not talking about no, like, what do you call it? Like pussy, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. Just like some pussy. some ordinals, some inscriptions, some funny shit. Or you might find yourself, you know, constantly looking at a chart, right? That's in relation, right? If you start in Zen world, you're going to start here and then you should end up everywhere else. I mean, if you don't start here and understand why this chart is fucked, then it's going to be hard. And that's what I mean. You want to start your Zen university, like, first year, you want to start the first year of Zen University. My recommendation is look at this chart and understand why it's green every single time there's a green little spark of life. Little spark of life. Actually, yeah, every little green is a little spark of life. I can just see it from the date. Pretty crazy. What up, Mind, Body, and Crypto? What up, Tree City West? Just landed, hopped off the Sky Casino. The Jetsons. We're living the Jetsons. What up, Muhammad? What up, Josh? Welcome. But yeah, I saw that too. I saw yesterday that Jack Levin is just going wild with the inscriptions on Avalanche. And so I guess we could tap in. Well, let's type in on the Zen price first, then we'll tap in on some GSIP. But yeah, so Zen right now, it is looking like it's always been looking. Nothing has changed here. We've been in the same range for the longest time, between 4.1 and 5.2. So 6 zeros, 4.1 and 5.2. That's been pretty much the swing zone for like the last 2 months. And again, what we're dealing with is supply and demand. So currently, a lot of people are sitting on mints from previous time, right? And those minters that have their Zen, they should bring it to the DEX and sell it to continue the sell, so that we do see a change in price. One of the reasons we're not seeing a change in price is because we're not seeing more inflation on the DEX. So that's also pretty mind-blowing. I've been talking about how like it's weird how we haven't seen an explosion of funds on the DEX, because again, a lot of people are hodling. A lot of people believe in Jack Levin. They believe in fair crypto. They want to get in on X1 chain, X1 blockchain ground level. Shiggy, what up, Shaka? Wiggity, wiggity, wiggity. Welcome, welcome. What up, Lita? What they do? But yeah, so I've been keeping my eye over here on this liquidity zone. And right now, yes, we are looking at version 3. So I do have V2 over here too. Reach for the stars. Just kidding. I feel like if you're a streamer, you gotta have your charts ready, or people are gonna be like, man, you ain't even looking at that motherfucking chart. So here's my V2, and V2 is kind of looking the same. V2 actually doesn't have any Zen in it, and I wish XENgame would come back so that it could burn some motherfucking Zen from this pool. That was pretty cool to see when XENgame came out and it was burning a lot of Zen from this pool. This is the side effect of that, in my opinion. We don't see 100 billion Zen in this pool because XENgame contributed to 12 billion Zen being burned from this pool. And a lot of and what I'm trying to get at is that most people in Zen are using V3, because V3 you get higher fee structure, and you get more flexibility of how you want to use your liquidity. But when you're in a version 2 pool, it's pretty much, one side and permanent loss. It's actually the safest way to get into a liquidity pool. A lot of people like V2. That's why there's still LP over here. But V3 is dynamic. It gives you more features, more benefits for traders. And really, I tried this shit all year. It doesn't make any sense unless you have $10,000 ready to throw at this. And I don't. I ain't putting $10,000 towards the liquidity pool right now. Maybe it would have been the smartest thing to do in a bear market, and the joke's on us. But there will be another bear market. And when that bear market comes in 27, maybe, maybe 28, maybe 26. I don't think, though, that crypto is just going to bust a nut and then end. I don't think that's that pit. I'm off that fucking narrative. There ain't no way this comes into existence and then it dies 2 years later. Like, what? I don't know. This ain't a Tesla. It ain't a product, bro. This is a lifestyle. So I don't think people adapt the crypto lifestyle and give up in 2 years. But I could see greed taking over, just like every time frame in crypto, where greed takes over, and then a lot of people overspend or overburn their cryptos, and they don't have any more. And now they got to spend money to make it. Right? And that's what creates bear markets, in my opinion. You get to a top, there's not enough supply. You need the demand to keep going, and it's only going to arise if there's lower prices. Now you get to a bear, which we are in. You get to those lows, you get those buyers back. Those buyers create floors. Those floors become support, and then you get to do it again. So I'm kind of sold. I'm more sold on that than I am doomsday now, because that's what takes off charts. That's what same thing that happened in 2017. I was hodling, and I held through everybody's FUD until January. It was like February 2018. That's when all my coworkers started shoving it in my face that I was stupid for not selling my Bitcoins. Let's look at it. That's what I see happening, though. Like, it's a relationship to Zen, because Zen chart is the same thing. The floor is being created by a bunch of believers, and when believers believe in projects, they create that floor. But that floor for the believer can only show up in a bear market because it's cheap enough to buy it. That's what I mean. Or in Zen's a mind fuck, because it's always cheap to buy it, but there's the best price possible, and it's looking you in the face. So if you are a strategy or somebody who likes games, you're probably playing I want the best price game. I got up all the fucking tools to find the best price, right? But outside of the best price game, back to the, people love this shit. They're really into it because they can see it changing the way that people act or whatever you believe. For me, I love it because I could see it changing the behavioral spending habits of a crypto user. And that's why I think it's educational, because it teaches you how to spend your crypto once you get it. Last thing you want to do is get crypto and fuck it off all the time. Like, yeah, you could do that. Seems like a very normal pattern in cryptocurrency. Get a bunch of it, fuck it off. But I would say the millionaires that I've met that were made in the beginning stages, they hodled through everything, and then they stopped jumping around. When I met them, maybe they were like hip hopping and whatnot. That's what you do. You're young, you're new to crypto. Like, you should be moving around, you should be experimenting. But once you become seasoned, and that's what's happening at the bottom of a bear market, all the seasoned vets are buying that shit up because we got the best price. Couldn't get it in 2021. Motherfucker was at 69,000. You know what I'm saying? Now we got this $42,000 Bitcoin. I mean, if you really were believing at the full FUD, which was if you were buying when it was full FUD is after the dump. That's why in 2022 was the best time to get in. 23, you're basically buying behind because now you're telling your friends to get in because you got in. It's the same shit. But back here, right here, 17, 18. Yeah, so let's zoom out a little bit. Let's go to the monthly. Because if I'm not wrong, okay, yeah. So this is why I like. I'm so into this idea of hodling is the best educational tool, because in 17, 18, when I had just got into crypto buying, so I knew about crypto way the fuck back here, but I didn't know how to store it. I didn't know how to buy it, and there wasn't a lot of ramps. There wasn't a lot of things developed to get into crypto because you know about it, right? It was still, you needed to build. By the time it was 2017, you could know about it and you can get in. So that's why it took off the way it took off. That's the real narrative. I mean, you can go and do more real research and put in all the little flags of every investor that started investing. But the overall idea is that this is new currency. Once motherfuckers start checking that shit off, it's just too easy. It's like, okay, cool, it's new currency. So when are bottoms gonna be introduced so that you can get the best price? Because now you're looking at it every day, right? So we had a top in 2017, and I didn't understand this. I was like, what? Fuck no. Like, they're gonna keep holding. Fuck, you know. But I got the message. Bitcoin already won. This is a way better asset class in the US dollar. Trucking forward, you know, I got caught with my pants down in 2020 because I was still so close to that old narrative that we're not built out yet, blah, blah, blah. And we really weren't, because the CME, I think, is what came out in 2020. Where is that at? Futures contract. Oh, this came out in 2018? Okay, 17? Oh, yeah, the futures contract is what popped off 17. If you go back and you fucking, you know, rip it open and you want to be like, what made it go up? It was this, the CME. Same idea of where we are today with the whole ETF. Difference is that this was future trading on Bitcoin, whereas ETFs is going to be spot trading. So people will actually have to buy the Bitcoins in order to trade the Bitcoins. So that's why it's really bullish, because now we're going from futures to spot. And I've heard some bullshit out there right now on the Bitcoin wave yesterday, where some OGs, because they was back here, we worked so hard, they're trying to fork out ordinals, man. They're really talking about this shit. And what's so wild about the fork out of ordinals is, like, they're like basically using the ETFs as a reason why ordinals shouldn't be a good idea. Almost spilled my motherfucking copy. Bro, that's fucked up. Raider Nation. Hey, Raider Nation. What up, Deoshland? You know what I'm saying? We outside. What up, Lita? Bruh, you and Kindness talking about Zen or Titan in a few days. Been kind of quietly about Zen. Yeah. I'm going to be chatting with Kindness tomorrow morning. Maybe it's tomorrow morning. I got to double check my non-existent phone that's not next to me. But like, yeah, me and Kindness are going to talk and either tomorrow morning or Thursday morning. I think it's Thursday morning though. Yeah, we're just going to have a fucking stream, man. Just going to kick it, talk it, kick it. We're going to kick it on Kick. We're just going to hang out and chat. Maybe get some updates on like what is going on both sides of the camp. Maybe we can merge both worlds. I'm not super heavy in Titan, but I like to learn more about it, I guess. So we could talk about it and he can spill his beans. And then he hasn't been as tapped in with Zen. So I'm going to be kind of chiming in and giving some insight again on how to get into X1 chain and the ground level, man. Just like the title said, how to get into X1 blockchain at the ground level. That's what we do. We get into projects at ground level. So much to the point that now we getting into a fucking blockchain. Never saw that one coming. I mean, I guess Bitcoin and Ethereum are blockchains, you know? But think about it. When you're really buying a Bitcoin, are you buying it because you like the ledger? Or are you buying it because it's going to make you more money? Right? Same with Ethereum. Like, who's really horny for the Ethereum ledger, bro? Like, oh my God, the Ethereum ledger. Like, it's got chainlink on it. Oh my God, the Ethereum ledger. Like, who the fuck cares, bro? Fuck that shit. But like, Bitcoin is the same way. But now Bitcoin got DeFi. So now people can start getting horny again for Bitcoin. That's what we're excited about when it comes to ordinals, when it comes to Zen and its inception into the crypto space is being modeled after Bitcoin, which is forever, bro. Bitcoin is fucking forever. Not even trying to be a maxi. Like, it's the only chart you can chart to get an emotion, like the emotional attachment to crypto. And all of the dumps are emotionally built and fabricated by the narrative. Like 2020, the only reason we took this dip was because of the CVID. And like, if CVID didn't have such an impact socially on the reality, a lot of people would have not bought into it. I mean, granted, a lot of people didn't, obviously, because there's a stupid wick on the chart now from that moment, right? But if you didn't know and you were being emotional, you probably sold your Bitcoin, right? And then you missed the biggest run because you got caught up in the fucking society. You feel me? And the same thing happened here. Like, I got caught up in the CME. I got caught up with all the bullshit, ICOs, fucking Binance coming out. Like, there was no Binance chain, bruh. There was just Tron and EOS right here. That was it. We had 2 blockchains of some degens, right? And then everything else came out, and that's kind of how I see the play book. If we're looking at how all these other chains work, right? Because X1's a blockchain, so it's competing against everything that's blockchain, right? ETH, BNB, which really isn't a blockchain. XRP, which really isn't a blockchain, but it's a blockchain, but it's not a blockchain. Flow from XRP, now that's a blockchain. That's a ledger, bitch. But this, what the fuck is this? Sol is a blockchain. USDC is not a blockchain. ADA is a blockchain. Avalanche is a blockchain. Dogechain, blockchain. Yeah, so we got blockchains down here. The only ones that aren't, thank God, well, not Tether's still here. So Tether, USDC, BNB, XRP are not blockchains. Why don't we have inscriptions on this so we can fuck up their ledger? How about that? Let's go fuck their ledger up. Yo, why haven't anybody done that? There must be something about this blockchain which doesn't enable inscriptions. Has to be. Inscriptions is a virus. So if you thought that like Zen was a fucking virus, man, all we did was vampire users from we saved people from bad projects, which got a lot of people mad because they're like, man, why don't you tell this person about my shitty ass project, right? Now ordinals and inscriptions are vampiring users from blockchains that actually want to use the gas token, and the people that are like on top of the chain are pissed off. Like, what the fuck? You actually want to use this blockchain? Like, are you crazy? Like, this shit is not real. That's pretty much all I'm getting. AVAX CEO is handling it extremely awkward. This man's so much different. Emin, I gotta call you out, Emin. You tripping, man. This is why Avalanche Zen can't do well. It's like this guy needs to have an epiphany of how he wants. Oh damn, I got too many things running. I knew this was running. I knew this was in the background. I was making my shit skip. But where's this man at? This man, he mean. This guy is doing everything but talking about ordinals. He's like, please don't make me talk about ordinals, guys. He's like, dude, I'll talk about anything else. He's like, I'm happy to announce that I'm starting a podcast. Fuck ordinals. Do not make me talk about ordinals, guys. Are you tripping? Fuck, I'll start a podcast. Dude is starting a podcast because he does not want to talk about ordinals. Bro, we need you to shill pussy. What are you doing? The fuck is this? This guy will shill this shitcoin over ordinals because it's fucking his chain up, and he can't endorse it. If he does, Avalanche gonna fall like a rock. All the VC money gonna sell they at AVAX. I ain't mad at it though. Shit, I need a discount. So, what up, Parfetta? What up? What up? Yes, sir. Good to hear you and kindness. Back to fair crypto. What's up, Zen dog? Well, so crypto kindness. Him and Jake have always been, close, similar to how him and Jack are close. So, that's why we'll find out. We'll come join the stream on Thursday with me and kindness. He gonna probably drop some gems on Titan. We're gonna see if it's valid. I'm just kidding. At least most Zenians are in it. I know people who follow me are not in it. And that's just because, to our first principle values, it's just something that we just feel, and I'm speaking for people I've talked to, it's just not on our radar. Like, we're making a blockchain right now. There's some Zenians that don't care about the chain. I see them on X as well. There's Zenians that do not care about X1 chain. They care about XN tokens. They don't care about X1, because if you really cared about X1, you would be running a node. You'd be mining XENblocks. You'd be talking about it every single day. You'd understand that Zen is the key to X1 for anyone that can't get XENblocks. So you wouldn't be down talking Zen because you know it's the key. That's why I could tell. I'm like, hold up. This shit drawing some lines in the sand, because some people don't really understand how to build a chain. And if you don't understand how to build a chain, yeah, it's really confusing. But you need to understand the emissions that go into creating a blockchain. And in this new future, you just can't do it like Bitcoin. That's not possible. The way that we got here, again, there was a lot of social engineering of narrative. And if you don't socially engineer a narrative, you can't get to the top. Back here when Bitcoin wasn't on a DEX, what do you think the discussions were when it was going down forever? Right? The discussions were exactly the same as we're having in Zen. We don't want to do decentralized exchanges, or we don't want to do centralized exchanges. We don't want people to do this shit. Like, I want to spend my Zen on a fucking pizza, right? It's the same arguments. But the thing is that greed always seems to succeed. And Bitcoin could never be where it is today if it never hit an exchange. So someone could say that I would buy it at $1,000. Right. And then again, those developers that made Bitcoin, those people who turn on their nodes, put their energy towards the fucking chain. Those motherfuckers that started the bitch so that you could be like, I'm trading bits. Sorry, I'm getting kind of emotional right now because this shit is real. Like, the people who fucking turned on Bitcoin to get it started so today we could circle jerk a fucking $45,000 imaginary token. Like, if they didn't do any of that shit right here, there would be no Bitcoin today. So I know for a fact you're not down with X1 chain if you're not minting XENblocks or interested in it. It's like a factor. It's like, oh shit. And then like what else is kind of a mind twist is like, if you're not down for Zen after realizing you can't do this, then it's a real factor. It's like, oh shit, like you really don't care about X1 chain. All right, whatever then. Because to me then at that point it's like, cool, lower lows or whatever the fuck they're saying out there. The hardcore Zenians not even paying attention anymore to the whatever the social narrative is. I'm just looking at this CCI shoutouts Parfetta. I'm just looking at this and the RSI rising on the weekly right now, and how this one's kind of getting oversold. And that's why I'm coming up with that narrative already where I'm like, oh shit, like gas is at play. And then we had this news today. I love how all this ties into each other. The passion of like, do you fucking care? And then like the facts. And then this is another fact right here. So both ZenPub and Crypto Cell realized that something different was going on yesterday, where an account has been steadily putting in more than 300 Ethereum a day. Well, they're saying 10 times more ETH than Uniswap. Then I guess that would be 2,300. That's how much ETH they were putting into mining Zen, and they just stopped doing it. Right. So this contract was showing up on the burn leaderboards. So I'm kind of crazy. So what's funny is that again, Zen has a utility, in my opinion, that's built based on nature being capital, right? Because a human has to solidify the idea, because you're not gonna, unless you're a fucking real robot that's like that we don't know about, man. And you surfing the internet right now, you watching Cryptograph, right? Oh my god, you know, like it's a real human that's pushing these buttons. And like that human has to eventually say, I don't have enough resources, because he's connected to the planet, unless it's an AI. So we're keeping it both ways. The ultimate way is he's fucking running on oil, AI, or it's a blood human who has to push the button and has to get the resources and has to find the ETH. Because if not, then ETH is broken, because where the fuck they get the ETH from to keep making the Zen? And maybe ETH should be looking into that, you know, or it's valuable. You see, the craziness just keeps expanding. But this motherfucker stopped putting ETH into the pool today. So now we could say that this whale has exited, because it's too expensive, right? They had to put in $2,000 or 2,000 ETH for a certain amount of time over and over and over again to stay up with whatever inflation they want to have. And now because of gas, their 2,000 ETH is more than likely 4,000 ETH to keep up with what they've been doing. And as gas keeps going up, as the AMP keeps going down, it costs more and more ETH to stay in the position that you're in. So that's just the natural Zen functionalities. And you can see that in the white paper. If you've never read the white paper, I highly recommend you check it out. You can see that this is all part of the plan. So this part I'm not surprised about. This part is actually supposed to take 8 years. Now there is hopium. It can happen faster, where there's a supply shock so heavy in Zen that it actually creates a godlike candle. And that's what a lot of the hopium is based on. But what we've realized, again, and there's a lot of scenarios that are playing in my head of why we needed to come to this realization. But what we're realizing is that, again, if people can pull economical energy from the planet in any sort of way and get that Ethereum to burn and make a Zen to then dump on the market, which it doesn't make any sense to me, like why they would do that and just keep doing it. But I mean, I guess I don't know their fucking strategy, right? Like I don't know I've never done it to see how much ETH has gone through this pool. Excuse me. Like how much like ETH in this pool has gone through it. Like I don't know. I don't have that KPI. You know, but there's some sort of science here within that mathematical formula of people buying and selling hopium, right? Driving prices and creating something and dumping it. And you have the other one, because I think I was looking at this wallet. Here, let's go to the crypto sell tweet. They had a good one. Crypto sell is Zen Turbo. So they're valid. Hey, Brett, is Phoenix dead? I don't think Phoenix is dead. I think that I'm still on the notion that Phoenix is designed to not be anything until 2025. And it's one of the wildest things. And maybe it's something we stumbled on, but maybe you need to have a project that the coins are inflated over a span of time versus letting time expand the coins, if that makes any sense. So it's like reverse Zen. Like it's like the inflation. Well, I mean, it's like Hex, I guess you can say. Hex has that same idea. The inflation is in the future, so you know when it's showing up. But the coin itself has no value. So the market literally is saying it has no value, and all the inflation is later. So you could essentially build the value while people don't have the coins. And then when everybody gets their coins, they get really, really excited. Like, what can we do with these coins? So it's a weird distribution idea, but like, I still believe in Phoenix. Like, I still plan on claiming my Phoenix when it's ready. And that's what's so fucking crazy. It's like, throw your fucking Phoenix 2 years into the future or whatever, and then see where it's at. Hopefully it's popping off. I mean, I've done it in this in the past. Like, I had a bunch of Phoenix stakes in, and there was no pool. So hopefully it's not like that, you know. But if it could be, maybe I'm from the future. I've already done it. But I still believe in them. Shout out to Joe Blau. Shout out to Joe Blau. His blockchain doesn't hang long enough. Lols. His blockchain does not hang low enough. Dank. What up, Dank? But yeah, crypto sell. Where do they post this post at? Where did I post at? Unless they took it down. Oh, no, it's right here. Yeah, so they said the largest miner is preparing to close their doors. This address has consumed a total of 1,500 ETH. The big Zen miner with nearly 300,000 addresses did not reinvest when he claimed today. He stopped reinvesting. Oh, so that's what it is. Oh, they explained it very well. So whoever was rolling their Zen and selling it on the market and rolling it back in, they stopped doing it. And when I went to go and look at this person's concept, I noticed that hell yeah, they stopped. It's because now they're on the daily. Here, let's see how long this was, because this is a small amount of Zen. If you've been studying the amount of mint Zen that happens, it's typically in the 20s, 40s. Those are max minters. So there has been some people within the mix still minting in this weird ass multiverse I was talking about, where it's like, yo, what if people mint Zen every day for profit? Right? Like, I knew this multiverse existed. I just didn't know how much money they were spending. So now that we know, like, okay, cool, they had to come to the surface because it's so fair. The first person to stop is gonna come to the surface because they got to. It's a blood human behind this action, so they got resources. Unless it's like the fucking like some sort of like world power that's like going up against the Zenians every single day. I don't fucking know. It gets awkward at that point, right? Like, what the fuck, crypto bro? World power? Shit. Is it that big? What do you got me fucking with, bro? Like, I got you in that world. Oh, so this is 141. Actually, you know what? I don't even know if I can believe this anymore. Oh, hold up. Who in the hell? Give me a second here. Gonna have to hit him back in a second. Yeah, so I don't know if I can trust this as much anymore, because now I know that the wallets have been constantly used over and over again. So now what's really crazy is this might be the original wallet they made 141 days ago, because that doesn't really match how much you should be getting right now. Because I think right now you should be getting again like 21 or so. Hold up. I'll be right back. I looked out the window and saw my car getting towed. That's a fact. Hey man, shit get active out here. I'm like, hold up. It's like my phone rang and then it's like, all right. Then the door knocked. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Did I just say something I wasn't supposed to say or something? I'm over here talking shit about blockchains on the internet. Oh man, let me stop talking shit. No, I'm just kidding. Never. But yeah, what I was trying to say there was, it looks like people are giving up on mining. And if the real Xenian is really in the mix, and we don't even have Zen because most of our Zen is in the future, then yeah, everything is going as according to plan. The only thing that sucks is that if you've been riding the wave, you might be feeling some type of way. Oh, I can merge these? Oh, that's fire. What's going on here? I don't know what I just did. But yeah, if you've been following the trend, then you should be pretty good. You should be set up and ready to go for this next move, which will be X1 chain. But if you're still like soul searching and trying to figure out what this token does for you, then you still, I guess, do have a lot of things to learn, and it's going to be a lot harder to comprehend what's coming out next. Especially with what's going on right now. Like something I noticed too, which was kind of funny. Again, like there's one founder who's he started a podcast so he don't have to talk about ordinals. And then there's another founder, this motherfucker, Jack Levin, who's constantly experimenting and fucking shit up on purpose, in my opinion, at this point. Well, I mean, it's not on purpose, but like, he's been in tech since 1995, and the amount of stress tests that he's been through, this man knew to go and look for the best stress test to stress out or to explain to regular people how a blockchain works. And he went, and when he found like the best version of this, he found out it came from like a Solana hackathon, and that's what got him like mad interested in Solana, where he was like, oh wow, they got this idea after spending XYZ amount of money. Because this is like, to him, that was what they spent money on, was to discover the fastest way to display how fast a blockchain is doing transactions, right? If you were part of the beginning stages of X1 chain, we had a thing where you could put your finger on an iPhone screen on a website and it would show a bunch of blocks, and all those blocks were a representation of transactions. Like that formula of display, Jack Levin forked or took from like a Solana idea, like somebody created to show for Solana and shit. So I see what he likes to do, and I think it's one of the innovative things about Jack Levin is that he keeps it so that people can understand what he wants to do, but he takes it from things that people have already done, so he doesn't have to re-explain something people have already done. right? Like why remix the Bible over and over again, bro? It's already been wrote, right? We already went through this when it got split up, blah blah blah. And other things and so on, right? Other things. Oh man, that story got split up. That story started like this, now it's like this, right? So that will always be a thing as well. Now Jacket was in this spaces yesterday, so this is on his Twitter, on his X account. You can go and check it out. But he was on this guy's space, and this guy's a Solana guy. So a lot of people follow Leap for the Solana shit. So I do think Jack Levin is sneaking in, because again, we're going for blockchain dominance. We need blockchain dominance. Again, our competition is not a token, it's a blockchain, because Zen is burned for a blockchain. But if you don't want to burn it for a blockchain, you don't have to. You can just simply do what this other person did, which is supply and demand, make a bunch of coins and dump them over and over and over again until you run out of capital, or until it's like, oh, I don't even make no more money, so I need to wait till the price go up or the gas goes down, you know. So again, the competition isn't a token, okay? It's a blockchain, and these blockchains, there is a room and opportunity for another one to exist, because projects are built under blockchains. Nobody wants to really build the infrastructure of a blockchain, right? You don't want to be wrong and everyone lose their money. So once you step into this world, you stepping into something a totally different than just making a couple smart contracts that, you know, create an ecosystem. Because that's where we've been, but not where we're going, right? Zen is going to be X1 chain, unless you don't want to do that, right? I kind of don't want to sell my Zen. I kind of want to sell a little bit of it. Shit. That's why I started minting XENblocks, because I was like, dude, if I start minting XENblocks, then technically I'm keeping my Zen safe, and I don't have to sell it, because I'll have XENblocks to sell instead. Like XENM, I can sell this instead if I need to make some money or something like that. Like if I need a ROI on something. Whereas Zen, if I can keep it and not have to burn for X1 chain, then when this does pump, I can sell my Zen into the pump. So that's kind of why, like, I stopped mining really heavy in Zen World, and I brought like that $20 I would bring here to XENblocks. And I started that super young, because I was noticing the patterns of what was going on here. And I'm glad that we got to this moment, because again, this moment is dope. It's like, who's really here and who's not really here. And there's definitely more people not here right now. So when this shit pump, boy, ooh wee. But again, another thing that's going to be a problem is when Zen pumps, you're going to be getting your Zen out, and then you're not going to be able to get in the X1 chain, because you're going to have to burn your Zen for the X1. And then you're gonna be like, fuck, wish I could sell this Zen, but I gotta burn in the X1 now, you know? So if you started mining XENblocks today, then you will already be getting your X1 tokens, and you don't have to sell your Zen. It's the perfect plan. I was really confused on it all in the very beginning, but now it's starting to make sense. Like, it's like a hot potato game where these actors, these people who you think you can trust, but you can't, because it's crypto. So in crypto, you can't trust anyone. You can't trust that the community isn't gonna front run each other. That's untrustable. But what you can do is keep moving the intellectual property, in a sense, until it's into a state in which you can brand. Like, you can't really brand a crypto, but you can brand a blockchain. And that's what's really, really interesting. Like, you can brand a crypto, but you cannot brand a crypto for everyone, right? Jack Levin can't own Zen because it has to be for everyone. But X1 chain, Jack Levin can own, because he's making the code. I'm literally watching this motherfucker code the chain in person, like in real time, like in the XENblocks thing. He's just like, oh, I made some new shit, y'all check it out. Like, we're gonna put it in the chain. I be tripping out. Like, what the fuck is this? But that's a real difference between a token and a blockchain. You can't really brand a token unless you plan on making it pretty much a blockchain, like Oracle, like Chainlink, like that type of shit. Like, even though it's a token, it's pretty much a blockchain. You know, it's got its own database, it's got its own functioning libraries and stuff like that. And it leverages the blockchain instead of making their own, because it'd be better for them to be everywhere than nowhere. Actually, I don't even know. Where is Chainlink? Is Chainlink everywhere now? I'm curious. You said if people don't claim, they will go on spot buy, but spot holders didn't go up in volume buying. Oh, yeah. My whole theory on that, though, is you can't get a higher price when you it's like a it's like a shootout. So you have people who want to spot buy Zen, but you have actors that have been selling it down constantly, and now you've reached a point where people want to buy Zen, but they don't want to buy it if someone's just gonna sell it. So you can't see any price appreciation until the buyers come back. But I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon now, since they didn't show up right here on this 72. That I'm taking that as a full-blown hint. I usually try to dodge it, but right now, hell no. We broke past this resistance. Now, like, we're right here. Like, it's a falling knife. So maybe the buyers will step in very soon, but they're not gonna step in until people stop selling. And you see how this account just sold out of nowhere? Like, let's see what this is. And what I mean by that is the next ratio of success would be the pooled ETH. So my curiosity is how much pooled ETH gets yanked out. Now, this is a super scary thing, guys. I won't lie, but I noticed this in DXN and it did the same thing. So it's very possible for Zen to do it, because again, the money is in control of Zen because it's public. So realistically, you should be mining Zen to burn for X1 chain to get the fuck out of there, because I love Zen with all that is vibe, because I know one day it's going to be huge. But if you are looking for opportunity costs, as I've heard from some, you want to be positioning yourself for where the value is going to be. Inscription, Bitcoin, you know what I'm saying? You could do all the side chains, but the real value is going to be on Bitcoin and them fucking BRC20s. Now that they exist, hell yeah. Maybe some gains will happen in ETH, but ETH is too dirty now. Like, it's like dirty water. I don't know if that shit gonna be able to be filtered. But see here in DXN, something I noticed was back way the fuck over here when I first got hella mad at what I noticed. Because I noticed I got caught into something. And I was like, man, if I was smarter, which I was very smart, but I was very tribalistic, I would have gotten out up here in DXN, because I was reading it correctly. I saw it did, but I didn't know it was going to do what it did, right? So in this specific area, I realized that, hey, the only way that this can stop dipping is if there's no fucking ETH for anyone to take. I was like, that's classic shit, man. And then sure enough, right now we're down here where there's no more ETH to be taken, and DXN is starting to pump a little bit. Let's get on to the hourly. So you'll see yesterday DXN started to pump. It's having a little bit of supply and demand issues because there's no ETH in the pool. So this is actually good for DXN. The problem is, every time that ETH does enter the pool, there's going to be someone that has the coins that's ready to sell them. So it's got to go through this now. It's got to go through this, right? This is happening too on XNF. These are all fair launch symptoms of a fair launch. They got to take all the ETH. And if they don't do it, or it's up to the brand to figure it out. Like, I like what Xenify is doing, because they concentrated this particular pool, which then concentrates the auction. Because in Xenify, the only way people are going to be able to siphon all the ETH out this liquidity is if they're getting into the auction. So what they did, those people, was they killed the attention on it by taking out the ETH. Because the Xenian crowd is too tiny. So like, we can only produce like 1 ETH right now. It's fucking weird, but I know it's not weird. It's just there's not enough ETH out there. So, and it was on Arbitrum, so I'm not surprised that the ETH got less and less and less. And every time the ETH becomes less and less and less, there's less ETH being pumped into here. And this is the part where you don't want to talk about it, but you got to talk about it, where the ETH is being siphoned out of the pool. And there's no way to stop it. There's no way to stop it. It's a fair launch. It's a public bathroom. Everybody can take a shit in here if they want to, you know? And that's just what is happening on a grand scale of what is Zen. The question is, can Zen build a community strong enough? And then can they build liquidity strong enough to not let 7 to 10 wallets destroy the price over and over again and hold it underwater, right? That's the catalyst event type ideas that everyone's looking for. Everyone's looking for the God candle. And that's why I'm honestly saying I don't believe X1 chain is going to save Zen. And one of the reasons why I mine XENblocks, because I know I'm securing my value with the proof of work idea. I might not be securing my value in Zen right now because of the way that there's these actors. You feel me? So it should still be dope, you know? I'm still like a full-blooded Zenian. This moment in time, though, it is one of the most upside down ideas of Zen. And I don't think I think it's going to get much better. I just don't know how fast. And then I don't know if because they're going to do it again. A lot of naive people are going to buy Zen to try to burn it for X1 chain. And that's why I'm saying the most intellectual way of moving the hot potato is making proof of work, because now there's Zenians who've created Zen with electricity. And now we are literally a force of yo, hell no. Like, I made this. Fuck you. You know, I didn't go and get ETH that everyone else had. And I didn't go and mine in this public bathroom like everybody else did. I took my hard-earned cash and my knowledge, and I made this Zen 11. So the value on this is based on how much energy it took for me to make that. Now, if anybody wants to come and destroy it, it doesn't matter, because it's like, wow, you really fucking hate Jack Levin because you just spent all this money to dump this coin to make a point. Like, what? You know, that's the only way this one gets spited, because again, now this is going to be tied into X1 chain, and then that's how it all starts. Actually, I posted it on my X account. Well, I didn't even say what I wanted to say here because I was just going on a tangent. But yeah, everybody on these comments, they're just hating. They're like, Zen slow painful death. This one also is like hating Zen Chinese. And then this one, Zen, do you agree we should report Jack Levin to the police as a fraud case? It's like, damn, man, y'all really just don't understand what's going on. Like, that's crazy. And then like the FUD in your face, like this FUD in my face. It's like, damn. They really don't know what's going on. But then they're all gonna buy the L1. So this makes no sense to me. But yeah, he got the Solana bros to make a AVAC inscription, and they mined it out in an hour. It took an hour for it to mine out. Now it has 365 holders. And yeah, it's called Sky Casino. Man, I haven't even started talking about inscriptions. Shit, we an hour in. I've just been talking shit. It was fucking insane. I minted 10 batches at $6 and sold it for 2.5 AVAX. $100 within an hour. Oh wow. Now, so that's the thing about these inscriptions. So the inscriptions, they're also like a big FU to the token, to the fungible tokens. Man, fungible tokens, what a fucking time. What a time to be fucking alive, man. 2017. Hey, man, I'm going to build a solar farm that runs on cryptocurrency. You should buy my coin. You know, people are like, oh my God, they're going to have a whole solar farm. And if I put a solar panel up on my house, then I'm going to get some crypto. And then I'm going to feed energy. Dude, 2017, what a time. Now it's like, cut the shit, win the mint. Right? And inscriptions are, again, it's based on time and place. If you're not there when it happens, you're going to miss out. I never recommend buying anything unless there's real principle. And this is kind of, again, why like Jack Levin got everybody in a fucking headlock. Yo, what other BRC20 do you know that actually has a principle or a utility built into it, bruh? Like, I can shill VMPX to someone who really is curious about BRC20s. That's crazy. Like, there's not a lot of BRC20s you can just be like, oh, but this one has utility, right? And Jack Levin saw that. He knew that time would be on his side in the future, and we would all be saying what we're doing today, which is, oh, you're looking for a BRC20? Just check out VMPX. It's like gonna have an exchange and a blockchain on top of it to help with the security of your Bitcoin. Like, what? You don't say, right? But right now what's happening is people are learning the mannerisms. They're learning the behaviors. They're learning how it works. So when it does become really big, there'll be masters in disguise at this shit. Xenians will be the forefront runners of the masters in disguise. Right now you can see that, like, that's how I see like this Leap character. He's a master in disguise. Let's go to his account. A master in disguise. Because who the fuck is Leap, bruh? But what I see here is I see Rug FM inquiries. Leap Rug FM. Let's Google that. Oh, Rug Radio. Oh, you don't say. Oh, what's this? MetaMask, Uniswap, Ledger, Adidas. Oh shit, our team. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. They got some all types of shit. Where Leap at? Who is Leap? Rug Radio is pretty cool though. I ain't even hate on them. But why does Leap have them as an inquiry? It would make me feel like he's a partner with them or something. Right? Because why else would he have Rug FM? And what I'm trying to get at right now is that yeah, Rug FM. You gotta search these spaces, reps, bro. Yeah, Leap. Okay. Yeah, so this Leap character is part of Rug FM. Not on the website, but I say he's a character because he runs spaces. And I never really understood this until Jack Levin started to interrupt them. But he's not really interrupting them because he provides value to all these spaces. Usually these spaces are just dumb. You know, they're just talking about dumb shit, like not about changing the world and how do we implement this technology into a better sense of creation and creativity. So, you know, I just be listening to them sometimes, just tuning these bitches out, waiting for JL to come on the mic, you know. But again, I noticed that these people, or that this Leap character is someone special. And then there's Fitty, right, who just entered our community as well. Fitty, though, Fitty knew someone in our community, and through a small channel of I know you, you know me, Fitty shows up, right? And then he's part of the Web3, what is it, state of Web3. Damn, you can't Google these spaces? Man, this shit is really word of mouth. Oh, hold on. I didn't put 3. Haha. Let's see here. So now there's just like a whole bunch of stupid shit. But yeah, what I'm trying to get at is even the people who do the fitty thing, that's like a collection of individuals from a like a real brand. Like a real brand of commentators and stuff like that. So Jack is infiltrating a whole new world, trying to get people to comprehend what he's spitting, and he literally did it yesterday in this crypto is casino thing by getting this crowd of people to mint out an inscription, right? So now inscriptions are bilingual. That's crazy. Like, these are bilingual. You can do it on any chain, and as long as it looks like it looks, you feel me, people will know exactly what they're doing. That's what I mean by bilingual. Like, it speaks multiple languages in one form. Even Drake came out with one. Are they peaking? They trying to get up to 100 volume. So this is a special thing, or this is the thing that everyone has to, that are paying attention. So like, if you're paying attention to this stuff, a lot of people are paying attention to the volume, and then they're paying attention to the sell. So I like the owners. This has a good amount of owners. So once this gets some more volume and some more sales, I bet this will maybe do something nice, profit wise though. But you gotta, the thing about ordinals is you want to be there, or the thing about inscriptions is you want to be there when the inscription starts. So what people are betting on right now is this going up. So right now we're at $124 million for the inscription market on Avalanche. If this were to go to 500 million, a lot of these first time coins will get purchased automatically because people don't know what the fuck is going on. So they're just looking at total volume and then users and sales, right? So when they see those type of things all popping off, they're gonna just buy that shit. And if you can get your vibe going, it's epic. That's kind of why I was like, damn, Pussy's epic right now. Because Pussy has a lot of volume. You feel me? It doesn't have that many sales, but it's because the token itself was smaller when it was made. So when Pussy came out, it was under 1 million in total supply. So it was minted faster, and it had to be minted with a lot more capital, which caused more volume. So Pussy, in a sense, is an accident because due to the small supply, it got a lot of volume. So you don't want to have a large supply when it comes to ordinals, or inscriptions. You do kind of want to keep it in a tight number. That way you can get a lot of volume. The next thing would be trying to figure out how you get a lot of owners. Because if you can get your owners up, you'll feel more diverse, and someone who's just looking to get into a project, they might want to get in. Or, hey, maybe they might see the owners low and they feel like that's an opportunity. Yeah, like right now in Pussy, there's also an opportunity for selling. If somebody were to set up cards at $20, those bitches would probably sell. Oh, here's one. Oh, but it's 19 cents. The floor right now is 11 cents. So again, a new person comes and they go, hey, this is 11 cents. Why the hell would I spend $20 for 19 cents? Right? And that's like another reason why this shit is cracking. There's so much behavioral intuition that people have to learn. Right? There's little things that you learn every single time you touch inscriptions, and it's so easy and so free, basically, because now the mainframe gas is off the rip. So this is so free in its own way that, yeah, people are looking at it and wanting more. They're like, yo, I need to figure this out, because if I make a bunch of shit coins, right, like, because you want to be there at launch. So like right now, it's like if I made a coin right now, but we don't have a big enough crowd, 24 people ain't enough. So like it'd be like Sunday Spaces. Like if we made an inscription, it'd be pretty much like a gamble. Wow, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should have spaces where we're like putting just bullshit out there, but it's all just to help this get to 500 million. Just if that makes any sense, because like that's like what happened with Bitcoins. in the very beginning of the inscription thing, it was just about helping get the vibe up. So people said, hey, if you got extra crypto, come get the vibe up, because we're going to get this vibe going. And when the rest of the world show up, we're going to have everything, right? And that's what we're seeing today. Bitmaps, if you were there just getting the vibe up, like now your vibe is up as fuck. You didn't even have to do anything. You just got big vibe for throwing $2 into an experiment, right? So that education is what's being driven. And Jack Levin is the torch of, like, literally, or he's the flame in the torch. Because if he got all those people to mint out that Sky token, and now it's just chilling up here, and again, a lot of volume. Oh, I guess the Sky token actually is a mind fuck, because they did 21 million like more token, but because it was in the spaces, it was with Jack Levin, it was with Leap, it was with all those people, it's seen a lot more volume very quickly. So now it's got a lot of volume, a lot of supply. So I guess that is possible. I just debunked my own shit. Shout out Sky Casino for doing that for me. So what do we do here, right? Wish I had a little bit of this. Maybe I should get some though, because it's 21 million. If they keep talking about it, it can keep going higher and higher. And here's a card right here for $18. I don't know if, yeah, let me see. Do I have enough gas for that? I don't think so. Now you just count AVAX by like it's gas. But yeah, I don't know. This is cool. I don't want to spread myself too thin right now. I'm representing fucking pussy, not Sky Casino. Oh man. But yeah, that's what's happening here. They're teaching people how to use BRC20s. They're teaching people how to use inscriptions. People are going to learn these mannerisms, and they're going to come back home to Bitcoin, and so on and so on. When it comes out on X1 chain, a lot of people who like this style, they'll probably end up on X1 chain because this exists. You know who else is catching the horny for X1 chain? Razvan. Where can we see the price of Buffy? I usually use Unistat. So I'll go to Unistat. And then I go to search here and do BRC20 and then do Buffy. It'll be this one right here. And you can hit trade. And then you can see it. But yeah, Buffy is super cheap right now. Super cheap. You can get a lot of Buffy for the low key. And Buffy is like something we could pump. Like that's what it is. Like inscriptions are like the ultimate fair Ponzi. Because if a group of people go, fuck it, we're just going to buy a bunch of these and pop them off. If anyone in the ether is like, again, it's a fucking public bathroom, you know, like, hey, y'all taking some smelly shits in there. I'm pulling up. You feel me? And now you got this motherfucker in here with you buying this bullshit with you. And then they might have some motherfuckers that also want to buy some bullshit. So now you got a bathroom full of people buying bullshit. You know what I'm saying? There is utility though. If you do want utility, VMPX. That's why VMPX is holding, and it's not being sold in bunches because it's got a small supply. You see the behavioral concept that I'm trying to really paint here. People know what is hot and what is not. People know what is good or what is going to be valuable and what isn't, right? What isn't is going to be sold in batches of a lot of coins. What is will be very sheltered, I should say, how people will sell them. Like how this person makes cards of 100 because they just want to get rid of them. And basically you could think of that like, at 13 cents, is that what it is? Yeah, around 13 cents a card. It's actually not a bad buy if BMPX is going to be $1. Shit. Man, there's so much good shit going on in crypto right now. Inscriptions, baby. We also have this cool ass site that Tree City West dropped us on us yesterday. It's called bestinslot.xyz. It's a good way for you to find the best prices. It's like an aggregator for ordinals. Here, I'll drop it in the chat. Sorry, too many ordinals, too many inscriptions. So much FUD about Jack because nobody in crypto has done what he's doing. Someone just bought 84 billion Zen. Really? Let's look at that. But yeah, everyone's hating on Jack because no one's done it the way he's done it. It's like apparent that like it's the golden fucking shoe, dude. Like you gotta be like, yo, like Zen is ready to get bought by like Elon Musk, bro. It's like Elon Musk is just waiting to be like, it's the bottom end. I'm finna buy this shit. Wow, look at that. Let's zoom this in. This is what I mean. This is why Zen can't go up. Because somebody can spend $36,000 and then the public bathroom, everybody's like, hold on, I gotta pee. I gotta pee too. Oh, hey, bitch, move. Hey, it's my turn too. Hold up. Yeah, these are fresh too. Look at this. These are fresh accounts. Let's look at them. But yeah, with these people who come and sell later, Mevbot. Yeah, you can't do nothing about that. Got to move chains. That's the alpha on the Mevbots. Got to move chains. There's Mevbot 2. Mevbot. You'll see the sell right afterwards. Mevbot. So yeah, this is why no one's buying Zen, because Deochland asked me earlier, like, why isn't the price going up? How can you buy Zen when this happens? Like, you want to go and buy it, and then all these people or all these robots or all these prerequisites of we gonna sell when this happens show up. So like, how can you do anything? Right? I mean, this account is still sitting on 54, and for some reason, yeah, they have this is a smart contract, it looks like, that is executing these sales. So you have sellers on top of Zen like crazy. It's a whole conversation, but honestly, I'm not into that. You know, you need like Zach BTC or Zach, whoever that investigator person is on Twitter. Somebody needs to pay them to investigate on Zen. I'm not gonna do it, but hey, I think it might make for a great story. The Forever Down coin from I mean, you would almost say this is attacking it, but it's a public bathroom. Just because they shit stank worse than yours doesn't mean you can say that they're attacking you. Get the fuck up out of there. Get out of that bathroom. Yes, Zen is shit. Zen is the shit. I love Zen. Imagine throwing 16 ETH at it. I know, right? I stake that shit. I'd be the king of staking if I could just throw 16 ETH at something. But again, that's why the Zenians are out and about right now. They're all over the place. I love this little clip that came out today on Twitter about clout. Inspo. But yeah, look at Rosvin. Roz is saying that Circuit is updating everything. It's coming through. So looking good for the marketplace. He's starting to get excited too about X1 chain. I think a lot of developers are starting to get hyped because, you know, they forget that if, you know, X1 is coming out for you, bro. So since they're making a marketplace, there's no better place to be than on X1 chain as a major marketplace, because 80% of the fees go back to the developers. It's a public bathroom. So that's what's cool about X1. It's going to be the fairest launched blockchain with the best fee structure for development. So if you're a dev, you get paid to make shit, right? And if you're a user, you can get into the chain by burning Zen. That's kind of how I see it. Like, if you're a user, you never heard of Zen, you never heard of X1, you can go and scoop a bag of Zen, and then you can burn it for an opportunity. Maybe there's ordinals happening, there's inscriptions happening on Zen. You need XN tokens. Unlike Avalanche, where you got to go and buy the Avalanche token through some fucking centralized entity and send it over the internet to get to your Avalanche wallet so you can inscribe. With X1 chain, it's just going to be go to Uniswap on 13 different blockchains, buy some Zen and burn it. And then the concept of burning Zen ports you into X1 chain. That economical burn moves you into a new asset. So when that happens, again, it's going to be pretty nutty on X1 chain, especially for builders. And yeah, Rosvin is starting to give us some insights, some DTs about what's going on over there. Elephants. Elephants. But no, this is where you're going to be able to sell your DB's NFTs. So yeah, new shit on the way, man. Zen oscillates. All right. And we got layer 0, or we got DB's XENgame coming out, and then also Xenify. And so Sinmaran for Xenify and Rosvin are talking, and they might move DB Zen. They might make a burn concept where you can burn it for VDB Zen or VDXN, and then you'll use it over there on that side to get into another DXN style game that will be based off of the value of ETH. I don't know how they're gonna do this shit. A lot of hopium. Sounds good though. I'm down for everyone to come together. A lot of hopium, but it is good to see Roz and team still cooking, investing money into their brand, trying to make first principles of crypto a thing. And again, it is the best way to, do things, in my opinion. I honestly think that. I don't think he's wasting time at all. I think he's doing a great job. But yeah, this is a pretty funny video that came out today. Where is it at? This right here.
I got a token on Bitcoin. That was the biggest barrier we all had. Still did it. 5,000 people went to Bitcoin, and we're over there breaking Bitcoin. Binance has to stop withdrawals, and that's like the learning experience. I've learned a lot. That's equated into money. Like, I don't even know the tech. The best part about Zen is I've learned a lot. The Zenians are just flipping all over. We're the only community doing this. And it's not like maximalism. I'm fucking with Pulse Chain. Like, I wasn't supposed to be a Pulse guy, and now I'm like fucking with Hex. The community's pretty legit. They're fucking slapping their UIs in a decentralized way. I've never seen a community do that. And, in the bull run, Pulse will do fine. They got all their nodes. Richard Hart's like a fucking outlaw gangster. I don't know. I think the Zen community is like a fucking form of water popping all over the place. And so X1, ground level. So like, that's a beautiful thing. We'll see what happens,
X1 ground level. What up, more crypto? Sorry, boys. Jack has abandoned Zen. Yeah. Yep. I guess, yeah. What happened to Zen when everybody? What happens to Zen when everybody will build on X1? Like I just, well, that's kind of what I was saying. Once everyone's building on X1, there should be a reason to burn Zen every day. I mean, there should always be a reason to burn Zen every day. But again, if you don't like Zen, then you're not gonna burn it every day. Like if you don't see the value in the transfer, because it's really the tech. I just literally laid it out for you, but I'll lay it out for you again. The tech right now sucks. In order for me to go to another blockchain, I have to load up a Xenify, or I have to go to a KYC exchange. But with Zen, I can now essentially burn my existing liquidity for another blockchain, so people can build on this narrative of why are you in that chain? Just buy some Zen and burn it. We have XYZ gains going on in X1 chain, right? Like there's no reason for you to be stuck in Avalanche unless you're on inscriptions. And if you're like, because what else are you doing in Avalanche? I've been on Avalanche this whole time trying to get this shit going up. This shit would never move. And now inscriptions got $125 million in a couple fucking days. Like, what the fuck is this? This is fucking bullshit, right? But it's not bullshit. What it is it's the layer of curiosity. people are more curious in inscriptions than they are any blockchain check right now. Now, the craziest thing is the bridging, the people coming in, the people buying the avalanche so that they can play. That is why people will build on X1, because the fluidity of getting from one chain to the next will be so simplistic that even me as a developer, I'm just gonna say this for free. All I gotta do is build an app that scoops up the Zen, burns it, and puts it on the other side. There's a lot of different things that can go on once X1 chain is out there for everyone to use. But yeah, that's why right now we're in the supply era. I would say Jack Levin has forgot about Zen because I don't know. He has not actually. I can't even say that with like actual like fear. You know, Jack Levin forgot about Zen. Like he hasn't. He's built so many things for Zen that it's unforgettable. Right? You can't think about Zone or X1 or whatever the hell this token is that still has quite a bit of liquidity. It's actually just hanging out here because it's the real meme. I'm not selling mine. Fuck that. Fuck OKX. Not okay. Then you have VMPX, which is also DNA of Zen. You can't think of VMPX without thinking about Zen. Right? And then you can't think about VMPX without thinking about Bitcoin. So I think it's impossible for Jack to forget about Zen because all of his shit is in Zen. You know? So Zen itself, yeah, like crypto, Zen is immutable, is done. He doesn't need to do anything for it. That's kind of like where I'm at with it is if you want to hone in on Zen, it's a social tool. It's similar to like having a MySpace in the very early days. If you're into Zen right now, you can establish foundation in it. But if you're in it for the money, it's not designed for you to establish foundation. It's actually designed to siphon your money away from you. Right? And that's the fear. The fear right now is, will this ETH ever rise again, knowing Jack Levin forgot about Zen and won't put ETH in there? Or will this ETH find a way? Find a way. Or will this ETH go to 0 and people won't be able to exit Zen until they get into X1 chain? A lot of different scenarios. Which one do you want to be on though? You know, I say if all those scenarios suck, you don't like the outcome of either or, because you're like, I don't want to end up on X1 chain. That's the only thing I can think of. It's like, you don't want to end up on X1 chain. So yeah, you should probably quit Zen right now because this is literally pushing you to get into X1. There's no exit but X1. Because if you want to make a bunch of money on it, you're going to have to hodl it. But then again, if you're going to want to get into X1, you're going to have to burn it. So you're going to need Zen on both sides to sell and to burn. And I feel like a lot of people won't have that life. From the way that the mannerisms are today, there's not enough people with enough Zen. And there's not enough people buying it right now because gas is too high. It adds an extra $20 to the buy. So that's stopping a lot of people from buying it. And then you have the dumpers that are dumping it, and they're dumping hard. Right? You can't even buy 16 ETH without that ETH coming out of the pool. Let's see, 3, 4. Let's just round this up and say this is 1. So 5. Let's just round. Yeah, let's say 545, 645. So 6 ETH exited after 16 ETH went in. So there's 10 ETH left behind, and these people can still dump. You know, so it's not mathematically logical for anyone to buy Zen right now. There's zero math on that. The only way is for it to go to 0, and then everyone can buy in on it. But again, that's what I'm saying. The direction of everything is telling you you're going into X1 chain, whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it, you should probably drop out now. What happens to Zen if there's no more X1 allocation for burning Zen? Oh no, Zen X1 allocation is infinite. It never ends. It starts with an initiated supply of 1 billion. And then as you run nodes, the node and validators create new X1. And that's how there's inflation to be sold. So the inflation won't come from the initiating starter pack. It's going to come from people creating X1 on the chain. Because again, we want validators. The more validators on the chain, the more secure. So the chain is designed to pay back participators, unlike any other blockchain has ever done before. Most blockchains, you need a really big position in order to get paid from the chain. X1 is designing itself so that you can, like, again, it's lowering the barrier of entry. It has the same DNA as Zen. So technically, again, that's what I'm saying. Technically, if you're not mining right now, you are doing a disjustice to yourself if you love this shit, because you're gonna be missing out on the genesis. We just learned about that on past week on Sunday. I had posted about it too on my X account. So if you really want to get into it, you can see it here. I posted this this video that's going around. It's around 2 minutes, so I ain't gonna play it right now. But long story short, Jack Levin said that the XENM will be interchangeable with X1 chain. So when X1 chain starts, like when it starts, it will be because of the miners. So everyone who's mining right now, we have basically the gas token that's going to start the X1 chain. Our gas from our electricity, from our fucking experiment, is what's going to start X1 chain. And then after X1 chain starts, those that stay on the network in a sense of providing operation, they will create new X1 tokens. And then this is kind of why I was thinking, like, the smartest way to do the 333 auction is to introduce that inflation to the Xenians. So then that way the Xenians get first dibs on burning, but they have to burn a shit ton of Zen in order to get in, right? Because you got to keep out the bad actors that made a bunch of Zen to try to burn to get into X1 and try to fuck up all the tokenomics, right? Now that you have this proof of work side of things that's been running for 90 days, and by the time X1 chain comes out, it'll be out for over 180 days. So it'll have, 6 months of full-blown established blockchain, and you could have gotten in if you wanted to. And that's why they're saying it like that. Like, you can do it if you want to. You can do it if you want to, because we want people that want to do it. We don't want people who don't want to do it. Like, obviously, you're only one and there's 163, so you're already out the loop. Maybe there's a lot of people that don't want to do it, but this is one of the things where it doesn't fucking matter, bro. Like, we want to do it. We want a new blockchain. We want it to be fair. We want it to be what everything else is not. And there's a lot of people that believe the same. So once the once the people with XN basically sacrifice a few of our tokens for block space on X1 chain, when that moment happens and those engines start turning and that bitch come to life, that's when X1 will, or XN token will be made forever. Like, at that moment, it will forever be made. You just need to be a validator. So then burning Zen will come from that validation, birth of Genesis, whatever the fuck, I don't know what it looks like because we're not there yet, but I'm sure once we get the code on what XN token is, it'll have it built in on like how it produces more Zen when Zen burns are happening outside of an auction. Because you'll have like an auction where people can get XN, and then you'll have like the burn records where you're always getting airdrop emissions on the XN side or on the X1 side. So it will never be like, I'm gonna burn, like there's only gonna be one auction where you're physically burning Zen and you're getting some XN tokens in lumps. Other than that, you're just gonna be burning Zen into a computer, and then the computer is gonna give you a target value on the X1 side, right? And they have been testing this. This has been tested. That's why you have XN tokens on DevNet, because every time you burn or create as NFT, your wallet address, it gets a little bit of emissions on the X1 side. It's pretty intuitive shit, man. Fuck a bridge. Burn your Zen. I've been buying more Zen because I'm a trader. I'm a trader. Are you burning enough Zen yet? Jack is working on the allocations for the Zen burn for X1. Let people think he has forgotten. What I think Jack is doing on that though, here, so like a big figure in the space had posted like how he has a bunch of mints coming out when the wave ends. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get that X1 XN merge right before that, like in February. And then like now is because I think it's I'm like, yo, this doesn't make any sense unless we're getting ready to see something very dramatic. right? Dramatic. What would be dramatic is if X1 came out before the Zen hits, before all those mints hit. It would be a very dramatic moment. People would definitely be like, Jack Levin forgot about us. Like, even the major investors, they would be like, Jack Levin forgot about me, man. What about me? Right? So, and the reason why I bring up that scenario is because if those people who stopped minting, or for those who didn't decide to choose XENblocks when the fork in the road appeared, low key, you might get disciplined. That's how the fairness works. Fairness would have been continuing the path on the journey. The path on the journey was XENblocks. It was hard, but that's just part of the journey. Journeys get hard, they get tough. You might fucking die, you know, like that type of shit in the journey. But it's all about you and where your journey is leading you. So some people went right and went full blown Zen world and token layer, while others went left and got a little bit more curious and built a blockchain. So those that built the blockchain do kind of deserve the XN first, and that's kind of why I'm saying XN is probably going to be delivered to the miners. It's not going to be delivered to the Zenians. The Zenians will be able to participate because we are Zenians. We're already Zenians in X1. So when we look at this chart here, majority of the Zen is going to come out in right here, March 17th. So I'm hoping we get X1 mainnet the first week of February. That's just a crypto bruh, a hopium. Like, I hope we get it right here, right in this little zone. This will be the start of Q1. This again also would fuck up a lot of people behind the come out of the blockchain, because now you're forced to mint. That's it, right? If gas is high right here, people are going to be forced to mint their Zen to burn for X1 chain unless they've been buying up the bottom right now. Because it's either you're buying the bottom or you're waiting for your mints in March. Or you're spending $20 a day to mint XENblocks so you can secure your XN tokens. Oh, look at that. Oh, never mind. I didn't get another one. So choose your poison. Which one do you want? A butt shit ton of fucking Zen to burn for XN tokens, or proof of work coins that might hold more value, right? Because again, proof of work is becoming a narrative in crypto in general. So XNM will live on its own. It's going to be living over here in this market cap of 880 billion. Right? Zen lives in a token market cap under pretty much Ethereum, right? And Ethereum has a pretty good market cap at $261 billion. But again, this proof of work is a lot more vicious. I guess, yeah, you got Bitcoin on here. This shit has got the best. Right? That's the fucking one. But Caspa, man. This is what's the leading target for XENblocks, because this has only got a lot of hype because a lot of Ethereum miners mined it, but it doesn't have smart contracts, and they don't really have a reason of why they need to exist. So they are missing that real key piece of why do we exist. And a lot of these things have that. I mean, majority of them are going to be the OGs from like 2013 and so, like Dash Coin. You do have Sia Coin, but again, what we've learned with Sia is they don't really have a good marketing team or a strong team of voice. So they're falling down in this idea because no one really wants to hold a Sia coin. They want to see it later, you know, they just want to see the cash. We also have Zcash OG, Complex Network. This is a fairly new one. A lot of interest in it. Craig Wright's coin, Bitcoin, Satoshi Vision. A lot of miners. I wonder if it has ordinals. These things might start getting some ordinals so that they can get some life. But it's even harder with the proof of work, because how the fuck are you going to get there? That's the problem. unlike an Avalanche, there's so many bridges to Avalanche, but how many bridges are there really to Bitcoin SV? Damn it, Craig. But yeah, choose your poison, man. I would say if you're already minted out like I am in Zen, just keep minting into the future, because I think there's still opportunity going forward in vanilla minting, especially if there's going to be no Zen available for buying. Your vanilla mints might be the only supply hitting the block. So, you know, that might make some fucking sense, you know. And I was also saying, what happens if Zen breaks out of what its current narrative is, and what if people in ETH see what we've got going on and they believe in it, and then they're mining at 74 because they need to get out of ETH. They're like, I'm gonna turn my ETH into Zen, and I'm gonna wait 2 years, and I'm gonna see what they saw in Zen, right? So we're getting to that period as well. And that's why I have like a hunch where if you're still minting, you're doing it right, because this ain't gonna die. Even if Jack Levin forgot about it, it ain't gonna die, because there's always gonna be someone to pick up the rock when it goes low enough. So if Jack Levin really forgot about it, why don't people pull their ETH already, man? Pull your ETH. You should pull your ETH. Oh, okay. Yesterday I was trying to claim my AVAX mints, and it popped up that 38 BMUs was $56. So inscriptions are trashing AVAX Quay, LOL. Yeah. So that's what's happening on Avalanche. The inscriptions have the fucking gas like so high. Damn, I didn't even see it in a while. Yeah, gas is so high. And it's really because Avalanche is a great chain. This is a double-edged sword for E-Man, man. He's got an awesome chain. And who would have known it was really good for inscriptions, and and they can board people in, right? Like, who knows how high this goes? What I'm looking at again in inscriptions is this number up here, this total market cap. If this can do anything, what it should be trying to do is get to 500 million, so they can say they have a billion. Because it is going to be very important for an inscription market. You're probably going to want to try to get as high as you can so you can compete with the other chains. Similar to like a DeFi Llama situation. And what I mean by that, I guess if you don't know what I'm talking about, DeFi Llama is a place you can go to see all the chains and all of the DeFi platforms that have TVL. So here you can kind of see where people make brands, I say, based on like where they want to be. So I do assume we will see some sort of DeFi Llama protocol ranking idea for inscriptions. And Bitcoin, of course, will be on top because it's fucking Bitcoin. But all the other chain inscriptions will probably be down below. And the one that has the most will be there. Now, the question is, will blockchains block inscriptions to try to show a flex that it's possible? Because that's the thing happening on Bitcoin. They see inscription as spam. On Avalanche, it's a double 20. Like I said, it's a catch 22 because this inscription stuff is burning a bunch of Avalanche. So why would you want to turn it off right now when this is the moment to burn most of the Avalanche? And that's kind of why I'm thinking like, man, they're really working around the big ass issue they have, because they're almost sacrificing their partnerships right now to not tell people to stop it, right? They're doing everything but telling you not to do it. They're doing everything to tell you not to do it and to do it. They don't want you to do either or of it. Just don't even look at it. Side chain it, right? But the chain itself is such a good chain. It's fast, it's reliable. I'm having a good experience on it too, doing fucking Avalanche inscriptions, man. I think it's actually pretty neat. Yeah, this has got the gas fucked over here. This chain is done, man. It's in a headlock. And now you got the Zen mints making no sense. Zen mints making no sense. It's fucked up, bro. And also this right here is showing me that like it doesn't matter what chain you're on or where you are and what brand you rock, unless there's some sort of way for Zenians to bring in liquidity. This is done, bro. It sucks. I spent so much money on Avalanche, I'm fucking pissed. But at the same time, I'm astounded at the research that I've discovered here, because there is no way we need all these blockchains. There ain't no fucking way. Liquidity is so stretched out, bro. Bitcoin. I'm a Bitcoin maxi. Bitcoin. What's up, Texas Wheezy? Can you check your EOR? What the hell is that? What is the EOR? Can you check EOR? Is that like a shitcoin? What is that? Is that an inscription? What is it? But yeah, Bitcoin, man, all you need is this. All you need is this. If you're not positioning yourself in this shit, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. You need to be in Bitcoin as soon as possible. This is getting ready to run away from you faster than you've ever seen before. So you need to get into Bitcoin. If you need to learn, of course, do the avalanche inscriptions, but really get the fuck out of here and get into some BRC20s, get some Vamp X, get some Buffy, get some pussy over there. Actually, I don't even have any pussy over there. Here, let's look at the meme pool before we start telling people to go do shit and then you just go and get wrecked. Even the most expensive mints are mints to start are profitable. Well, like I said, optimism mints are now fat. Yeah, optimism is where it's at. Goodness gracious, man, it's expensive. It is expensive. Shit. Yeah, man. You know what else is really cool about the ordinals on Bitcoin? Because it's 10-minute blocks, they designed all of the confirmations to be slow on purpose so that everybody's information could get into a block at some point. So as long as you're paying like the highest stats, which is $20, it looks like, per 350 bits. So depending on how many bits you're trying to send around. That's why, again, ordinals is crushing it, because there's no images or sound. It's just text, and text is bits on bits, right? So people can do a lot of bits at one time. That's why right now sending ordinal photos is mad expensive. And that's kind of why there is an opportunity for something that's still tied to Bitcoin and can provide that type of NFT feeling. Insert X1 chain. Insert VMPX, Libre. All right. Yeah, man, get into Bitcoin, grab some bits, grab some Zen coins so that you're safe. And then go and explore the rest of the world. I think I just saw on Twitter, even Clout. Looks like Clout is really taking on. Shout out to Clout Cox, man. But yeah, I think him and Simple right now. Look at them. They got an ordinal hour going on. I'll probably hop in there after this stream. But yeah, it looks like the Zenian knows that we got it under control. Again, we already won. We got it under control. The price, we don't got under control, because that is uncontrollable. Public fucking bathroom price. But the concept is under control. Whether it goes low or it goes high, the utility is at play on both sides, which is amazing. And again, to solidify, you might want to get yourself some Schroeder's Cat, some Zone, some X1 tokens. Who knows what's going to happen over here? Literally, who knows? But again, it's a shit coin that is here because OKX is shit. And it actually got flagged as a honeypot. I had saw this G Plus thing flagged it as a honeypot. When you read it, it says whether the token is a honeypot, a token that cannot be sold due to malicious code in the contract. So this right here says it has malicious code because there's an undecided idea for the 500 million X1 tokens. So even this thing is confused because it's like, yo, why the fuck did they do that? That is not right. And it's not. So don't buy this shit coin. But I can tell you one thing, it's connected to Zen, so who knows what's gonna happen. Stats are on fire, BRC 20s. Yeah, stats too. Stats are a good one to get. What happens to Zen if there's no more X1 allocation in the burning of Zen? What happens when the 333 auction is over? What happens if VMPX gets more XN allocation? All that stuff is gonna work out though. Because like I said, I mean, it can't run out of XN tokens. It can only be lessened. Like you'll only get less XN for burning more and more Zen. And then you're only gonna get less Zen because Zen can only be made so much over time. And then the 333 auction is just a lump sum of 1 billion coins. So once that's over, it's over because you'll never be able to get that much XN at that time ever again. It will only be for that auction, right? And then when VMPX comes into play, it's the same idea. How many people will lock their VMPX up in exchange of XN tokens versus how many people will actually lock up their VMPX to make rewards, right? So whether side it works, you know, it all works out for itself. There's always going to be an answer to the question, and then there's going to be a question to that answer, and it's an ongoing conundrum that will never end until we're all rich. But don't worry, bro, this shit's gonna work out. Like literally everything is built in so that it works with each other. You can never not burn Zen for XN. You will always be able to burn Zen for XN. We just don't know the parameters just yet because the contract does not exist. Once the XN contract does exist, which again, if you want to get really close to that, start minting XENblocks, because whenever that happens, we'll know about it first because it will be a test. Similar to like how right now, so I'll show you what I mean by it'll be a test. So there's multiple blockchains being tested right now in X1. We got DevNet, we got Fastnet, and then now we have the experimental merge chain, which is being, it looks like it's the trademark pretty much. So here, I'll show you what I am doing, and then I'm not gonna get the fuck out of here. The typical. It's the typical. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna find Mr. Jack Levin. He still goes by Cypherius. Get that. Let's see if. That's not it. Where did he say this? Here we go. Maybe it was on Saturday? No, not Saturday. So this is what I mean though, like, if you're in the Telegram, you're seeing it being built in front of your eyes. Like, I don't even have to second guess what's going on X1 chain because they got the chain and they fucking testing it out. Is this the same chain that I have here? But I need to get the contract. I think that's what it is. Oh, okay, no. So this is a different one. All right, let's get on this one. So yeah, this is the blockchain testnet. So there's blockchain devnet, blockchain fastnet, and then there's testnet. So this is the real testnet of X1 chain. But in here, imaginary. Look at all these XN tokens. Which one is the real one? I think it's this one on the top because it has a crazy holder count. Let's see if it's this one. Basically, if you're running a node right now, this is all simulation, so don't get too horny for it. But you can see the XENM tokens being ported to your to your wallet. Let's see if this is the yeah. Okay, so you see this? These tokens are on this testnet wallet because I'm running a node, and since I'm running a node, the node creates XNM because it's validating the proof of stake side, and it gets the validating concept is getting a little bit of XNM for validating. It's part of the code for the XNM proof of work side. Is you get some validation, you get a little bit. It's just how it is, right? And right now, for some reason, it knows something I don't know, but it's okay because I know it's centralized right now and we're figuring it out. So I haven't yet plugged my address anywhere, but yet it fucking knows. So what I'm thinking is something with IP. It has to be something with IP. But eventually, the sidechain in P.o.P and the proof of work side will merge with the X1 proof of stake chain, and this is the beginning of that idea. And this is why, again, if you want to get into X1 chain, you should be running something, whether it's a node, whether it's mining, because you're going to be able, once it's live. And this again why I'm like, oh, okay, when it goes live, it'd be cool if it was just like the node runners and the miners, and we're creating the XN tokens that people don't like. It's like the genesis block of it all. Like when that genesis block happens, it's like, were you there? Like, did you put in some XN token or some XNM so that you could start the genesis of like the Zen or like X1 blockchain? You feel me? Like, it's all gonna be fucking crazy. Like I think it's gonna be an amazing moment that a lot of people are gonna miss because they're so clouded around their idea of how a blockchain should be built, right? I'm here for blockchain and I love what the fuck is going on. I think it's one of the coolest ways to roll it out and for it to be fair, because it's like, if you left the journey at any point, you don't deserve to party with us on top of the mountain. That's it. A lot of people are mad as fuck. They're like, nah, man, I should be able to buy an elevator to the top of the mountain and still pop champagne. Not in this game, man. Unfortunate. It's an unfortunate event. When you make the P-ball millionaires, bruh, they gonna want to make us millionaires. Where can I find the contract details for XNM and block? What's up, Jermaine? You can't. It's you can go into the description here. You'll find a document, so you can learn how to start mining, and then you can join the Telegram. But it's not on Ethereum. It's being mined on a proof of work network called Xenium. So technically, you can't just find out more information. You have to go and search it, and you'll find it all here in XENblocks. We'll get you caught up. If you ask a dumb question, sometimes people don't like to answer dumb questions. So also what you can do is, here, I'll just do this too. So if you go here, this is Jack Levin's miner on GitHub, but all the documents are right here. So if you want to learn more about the Xenium blockchain, just go to this link I just posted in the chat, and they'll teach you about the X1 tokenomics, why they are the way they are. It'll tell you about the XENblocks white paper and why we meant. It'll also tell you what the Xenium blockchain is, which is basically X1 and the P.o.W merge, right? Once it's merged, it'll just be X1. But up until the merge, this is what is actually happening right now. It's a Xenium blockchain that's being merged into the X1 blockchain to create a proof of stake, proof of work, hybrid, secured, we could say that, hyper secured chain. There's also this really cool document about Namamoko accounting. This is a paper written by Jack Levin himself. So it's his interpretation of why Nakamoto accounting is not the best way. It's not how like we can be the best, right? So there's some heat in here, but you gotta read it. Let's go read it. Get your fucking inspiration on. It's time to get inspired. It's time to stop sitting on the sidelines. We running away. We taking off. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, big ups to everybody. And I viewed the actually here I can solidify this for the homies at the end. Yeah, so I'm gonna be streaming with Kindness on Thursday, so make sure you're around Thursday morning 8:30. We're gonna have a nice crypto conversation about just crypto in general, how he's feeling about the climate, how I'm feeling about the climate, just powwowing and chatting that, you know, that good old crypto talk as per usual. But until then, you know, catch me tomorrow. Hopefully I'm here a little earlier, not so late. But other than that, man, y'all stay chill, stay real. Peace. Actually, I think that was